Good Tuesday morning. We are live from, actually, we've got a lot of more the western part of the United States going on here. We've got 2 in the Pacific Coast and 1 in the Mountain Time Zone. And we are going to be talking about healing through hobbies. What say you two in regards to that?
So we'll take 2, right?
Yeah, take 2. But I will say this. I want to say real quickly that we are doing a give-a-thon, and we haven't checked in on the give-a-thon to see where it's at. If you guys are open, I'd like to be able to do that right now, because
Let's do it.
We have some really great offers that are on the table that I really think we need to start sharing out, and so that someone's got a wig, a spirit wig, that I think that they're going to want. And then, amazing. Yeah, and then we have the offer that Dawn has given in regards to working with crystals and the healing there. So let's do that share thing, and let's see how we are doing on our let me go to the window, Chrome, then we go there. Let's see how we are doing. It's da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, we haven't had much movement at all. We need to start getting things going and rocking and rolling. It's the beginning of the day. We are looking at 7:16 in the East Coast, 4:16 still in the West Coast. However, the day is young and Giving Tuesday has begun. So let's start the hobbies, and then let's go back towards the end of this period of time and go and see if there's been any shift. What do you think?
Yay.
Yeah.
Yay. And I will say this, is that there has been some pretty significant segments that we have had in the last few weeks, last few hours. Okay, last few hours. And if anybody is doubting what we are doing here at Chemo Buddies for Life and how we are making a difference and where we're going into this next year, I don't know. I if I was a fly on the wall, which I was for this last segment, I would say this, is that there's a lot going on, and we are here to support our community. And we are doing that in unique and fun ways. And in that, we are going to, right now, go into healing through hobbies. I got my homework ready. I mean, I got all
cool.
stuff.
Yay.
So let's do this. Yes, let's do this. So, Erin, why don't you start us off? And what is it that we're doing?
Okay, so I just wanted to start off first. One of the things, vision and what we want ourselves, where we want ourselves to go, and what we want to create is super important. And so we really have to believe and do it as if we're already there. And so I really would like Joy to kind of explain that, and how the mind works, and all of like, when you want to create something, what does that look like?
Right. Okay, so how we see things is how we make up our reality, how we visualize. And even though, and I'll just explain to some of the viewers, I am a trainer of hypnosis and NLP and timeline therapy and all those fun mind arts. And it's been my passion and my purpose for decades. And so we first have a picture in our mind that comes in as a response to the external world, and we make up something about it, which creates an emotion, which then creates our state and then our behavior. So we're going to be today on this segment, we're talking about healing with hobbies, right, guys?
Yeah.
Isn't that what
Yeah,
this is about?
yeah.
And so how does that all tie in with like our minds and pictures, right?
Right.
So, and healing with hobbies. Erin, you invited me to come on, and Tamara, and thank you. Because healing takes place in many, many different ways. As everyone is getting to watch on this beautiful Giveathon. Tamara, this is an amazing show for 36 hours for an amazing cause, Chemo Buddies for Life. So, guys, whoever's up here watching this, and hi,
Yes.
hi, Mom, and it's this is not just about learning how to do what we're going to be doing, which is fun, to create better feelings of health and well-being, possibly achieving the goals that you want, whether they're for health and your finances, your new year. This is going to be something really great because we're all looking at the new year. What do we want and how do we get there and how do we create it? So we've got some fun stuff, right, ladies?
Right.
At the same time, I just want to say, Tamara, you're an amazing, amazing person. You're president of this Chemo Buddies for Life. This has been your passion, your purpose, your destiny, and you're here to make a difference in everybody internationally, I believe, or at least nationally to start with, so that people don't have to go through cancer alone, and everyone knows somebody or has been personally affected by cancer and by the trauma and the tragedy that it brings. So I just wanted to say, guys, as you're watching this, go to the website here, cb4l.org, and no matter whether you like what we're doing or how we look at 4 in the morning, go and donate, please, because that's why we're here. And that's why some of these, I know Erin and Tamara are here up 36 hours up, and as well as a lot of other people on this team, to make sure that your friends, your family, or yourself don't have to go through chemotherapy or cancer alone, that you're going to have that support. And there's so much that this organization is going to be unveiling and unrolling and unwrapping in 2020. So look out, this is going to go absolutely crazy. So that we can all help. And I'm part of the team too here, guys. I just want to say I'm proud to be associated as well as blah, blah, blah. So on with the show. Okay, I had to say that.
Perfect.
So healing with hobbies. Okay, Erin, what do you mean by healing with hobbies?
Well, I mean, there's so many different kinds of hobbies, and I really wanted to make that very clear. I mean, we're going to actually be working on a vision board. This is something Tamara, she had the idea, and she says going into 2020 with 2020 vision. And so we really want to have that vision of what we're looking for. And as you can see, Tamara has this vision, and that's why we're here. And just last year, I was watching from home, and I actually remembered literally envisioning myself being here next year. And so I find it really, and that just came to me before I got on. I'm like, wow, I was really saying, oh, I'm going to be there next year. And here I am, like really in the midst of it all, quite literally. And so,
You are literally.
So I truly believe that is so important. And so we really want to make sure that what we're envisioning is something that is where we want to go and not where we don't want to go, first of all, and that we have a clear picture of that and kind of what, I mean, and I totally believe in miracles. I expect them, in fact. And so I believe that when you really, truly believe in something, magic starts to happen and things work out. And so I think that's where we get to play and we get to have fun and we get to really look into what it is that we do want. You know, what is it that brings you joy? What is it that lights you up? I just have a couple examples. You know, we're going to be doing a vision board, but I want to show you a couple of things that these are things that like my dad, he is an amazing artist, and he makes these beautiful wood carvings. He does all of this by hand. I mean, and this was a gift. You know, there's kid stuff in there. I don't know what, but see, it's a little box. And I mean, he did all of that just hands free. And I honestly, when I was growing up, I didn't even know he was an artist. In fact, I didn't know until I was an adult and I was cleaning out the basement and I come upon all of these treasures. I'm like, where did this come from? And lo and behold, it was my dad. I'm like, no way. But now he actually does all kinds of different things to, this is a book and it has wood pages in it.
Wow,
Where
that's
you can
amazing.
actually,
Look at that.
yeah, I mean, this is just
Yeah.
some different things. And he also loves to farm. He loves to build things. And so, and I grew up with my family really being hands-on, and they had a huge garden, a yard, and we had a farm, animals, all of these different things, and all of these can really relate to hobbies and things that we enjoy. And so I think that, I mean, even as much as sewing and cooking and really just trying new things, I think that's really important, is to try those new things. And these are some things that, like, speaking of trying new things, my son, he
Oh,
made
that's
this.
cool.
He
That
actually
is
went
cool.
and he found this rock in one of the quarries close by, and then this is copper wire.
It's beautiful.
And here's another one. And these are things that, you know, kind of helped when he was struggling, especially to really kind of just ground and calm himself. And art does that quite literally. Joy,
Mm-hmm.
can you maybe explain how art really does help
Mm-hmm.
with your mind and kind of get you in a better place?
Yeah. Well, art, and I will extend that into hobbies too. It coordinates the two different spheres of the brain, the left brain and the right brain. The right brain is the creative side, the left brain is the analytical side, and it brings that together. And that's why, and it also does things with our brainwave, our patterns. We go into the lower and more calmer brainwave patterns, and those would be like the alpha state. And you can achieve that like through your artwork, plus also you're having an expression of your soul. And so all of this is you're expressing outwardly in a tangible way, you know, which is so beautiful. And we talked earlier about the beauty of gardening.
Oh yeah.
I mean, whether you're doing a vegetable garden or whether, I mean, that's an art form. Whether you're doing, you know, roses and flowers,
Mm-hmm.
um, you know, like the woodwork that your father does and what your son did. I mean, it's just beautiful. And you know, I was explaining too. I mean, when you asked me to be on this show, I forgot. I used to do embroidery. I used to make my own
Mm-hmm.
clothes. I used to cook for retreats and did all my art form breads, and I used to just do tons of stuff. And I loved doing that. And you know, it's sort of something we've forgotten in this day and age, haven't we? Because of our hustle and bustle, and everything tends to be focused around this now, or electronics with the children. I mean, it's time to bring all this back into your families too, isn't it? Right?
Oh
For
yeah.
the adults and the kids, for peace of mind and harmony, body, mind, and spirit. So
Well, and
absolutely.
I definitely know that at home with my kids, my kids range from 5 to 19, and I think that, you know, even if it's just a matter of being in the kitchen, you know, cooking dinner together, things like that, those are ways to connect with each other and to really calm. I know that, you know, just silly little drawings, whatever that may be, is even, I mean, it makes a night and
Oh,
day difference with every way on all sides. I know when I'm starting to feel stressed, it's like, okay, let's go play, you know. And gardening, I moved up into the city for a while, and I didn't have my own yard, and I would literally crave the dirt, like, very much. I'm like, please, I'll pay you to let me come and, you know. It was one of those that I really enjoyed it. and
yeah.
and so when I moved back home, not too long ago, I mean, when I would, my hands in the dirt, it was like this electricity. It was just so magical. I was just like, yes. So, I mean, I remember just feeling that. So it's super important for us to really get outside, make sure, you know, go out and, you know, just take a walk, even if it's just around your yard or, you know, down the street, even outside onto the porch, whatever that may be. It's really important to get that fresh air and to just get some sunlight even. And so when we're talking about hobbies, what were some of the things? What are some of your other favorite hobbies? Like you had mentioned some joy. What are some of yours, Tamara?
I actually, when I was going through my cancer, I actually did crocheting, and I ended up making scrunchy hats. I made a ton of them for all sorts of people, and then it's interesting that because of this, I actually had someone go get me some of those canvases, and just even starting to paint. It was like, that was fun because I used to. In fact, I'm going to be right back. I will be right back because I have an image I'm going to show you. So you guys.
Yay!
I love surprises.
So, what is so important and wonderful about all of these things that we call hobbies, or expressions, whether it's like outside or just breathing the air, like you were saying, Erin, gardening, woodworking, artwork, is that it also coincides with that part of ourselves that we call the unconscious mind that works with symbols. It's highly symbolic, and that's why when we do go into our vision board creation here, we're going to talk about why these things work and how they work and why they're being used also not just for parties with women that want to do a vision board about creating. It's also being used, I mean, this has been used for centuries. Oh my gosh, what have you got? Oh, did you make that? Did you make that? I love her. When did you make her?
I used to make these. I had a whole line of different soft sculpture dolls, and I painted their faces, and they were all original designs. I did this. How old is that son? 20-something years ago. I was in the newspaper and everything. But this is one of the ones that I kept. Her name is Emily.
Oh, she's beautiful. She's so healing with her pink too.
Yeah. So that was one of the things I have always loved doing. Okay, so sorry.
Okay, so that's okay. No, she's beautiful. You know what? One of the things I used to make, besides all the crafts and things that I did, was I made angel dolls, soft angel dolls for the children, for the new babies coming in. So maybe I could create a new line for that. That would be fun, right?
Yeah. There you go. I actually made angel out of mop heads.
Yeah, I remember.
Okay,
yeah. That was kind of a big thing back in the day.
We'll have to have a Hobbies for Life craft store that we sell things. Or people can bring in their. Wouldn't that be fun? Or giveaways?
Have like little kits or something to send out to people to do.
Yeah.
Right. Well, see, and this is where I love the fact that we're sharing like this, because in truth, the fact that hobbies are such a big deal, I know because I even have one of the scrunchy hats over there that that I didn't quite finish because of the fact that when I was going through my experience, I needed to keep my mind busy, and I wasn't allowed out of my room. And so what was I going to do? I had to have things that I could do that would keep me thinking and be creative and be constructive. And hobbies were a big piece of that. Mm-hmm. And so I'm grateful that we're having this segment, because you know what? This is about what is the community helping people to do, and that is to move through. And we're going to find different ways of being able to do that. We've had some very interesting segments, so let's continue. I love the idea of the Chemo Buddies craft
store or giveaway or donation place.
Yeah. I love that. I love it.
And Tamara, also too, when you're talking about being like going through cancer and not being able to perhaps move. I haven't physically gone through cancer, thank God, right now. However, I have many, many loved ones who have passed away, and that's why I'm here. That's why I'm donating my time and my love and being alongside with Chemo Buddies for Life. Is that when you take and they also teach this with schools too, is that when you're working with your left hand and your right hand doing crafts, okay, you're actually coordinating those parts of the brain. And that also, again, into that alpha state, and it coordinates when we have an integration of those spheres of the brain, right? It's actually very healing on your body, mind, and spirit, as well as you create some fun stuff, right? Or cool stuff. And also, I think I started talking about this, I'm not sure, but the unconscious mind works with pictures. It's highly symbolic. And we take in the visualization, we make pictures in our mind, and then that usually creates something that we make up about it, depending on our programs in our side internally, and then that creates an emotion, and then that will create how we go out into the world. So we're going to be going into this part now of creating a vision board, which has been around for a long, long time. And also, I just want to get people to remember too that this is not a new thing. This has been used. The ancient Greeks were using the ideas of visualization and going for things, as well as the now come up into this century that people have been using visualization to create their reality. And this is and so one main thing, I'm coming from my little hat as a trainer of hypnosis and NLP and the mind arts, is that we also have to remember that it has to be framed in the positive, as you were saying, Erin, and we have to focus on what we want, because our minds and our unconscious does not process what, Tamara? Do you remember? Because you are a
okay,
certified hypnotherapist.
It doesn't process the negative. I mean, you know,
exactly. Yep. So you have to say it, or you have to put it on your board the way you want. Whatever you're putting on here, you're going to start your reticular activating system. You know, that part that you think of, oh, I want to go buy a new red sports car, and what do you see on the highway, right? Your RAS goes out and starts to find those things. This is why vision boards work, right? That's why you ended up on the show, Erin, because and also we have to, it's not just our visuals, it's also very important. It's the emotion, the feelings that we have in the positive. Right. Okay. So it always has to be towards what you want, not what you're running away from. It has to be like what you really want from your heart, right? That's going to light you up. That's going to make you feel, wow, when I get that, when I get what I'm putting on my vision board, we're just using this as an example. Wow, how cool is that going to be? How amazing. Because we can create everything, and we actually do. Shh, don't tell anybody, but you're creating your reality right now.
Oh, I totally get it.
Whether you're conscious of it or not. Okay, so.
Okay.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Okay, so we are doing this. All right, so I just grabbed some of these magazines.
Okay.
I have no idea what's in them, but I thought, okay, I've got them here. We're going to be doing this. And so I thought this would be kind of fun.
This will be fun. So, Erin, this is what I did. I went to Hobby. I haven't done a vision board in a long time, guys. Shh, don't tell anybody. But at any rate, because I do other things with my mind. However, I went to Hobby Lobby. My daughter has made some amazing vision boards. And so this is a canvas. This is a canvas. It's canvas style on here. It's and you know, kind of the foamy stuff. So get something that you can push into. Some people use cork, whatever. This is fairly big, but at least you can see it. And then I'm doing something a little different. I did cut out a couple pictures. However, what's really cool, and there's a lot of stuff, you can Google things online. Your vision board is going to be specific to you. Okay, so there's no right or wrong. The most important thing is that everything that goes on there has to have meaning for you, what you want, and also include pictures of yourself and your family, because this is kind of a secret to quantum creation. You know, based on what my work is with timeline therapy, that if we think we've already got it, sometimes we won't go. The mind is what creates reality, guys. Oh, shh, don't tell anybody. So that's a little secret. So you also have to step out and sometimes see yourself in the picture, because then your mind will go, oh, well, that's what we want. So I actually cut out pictures of myself last night because I don't do a lot of magazines. You can go on Pinterest, and also besides your magazines, you can go on Pinterest and you can find what you like, because not everyone has hard copy mags. I've got a couple of things, and I did cut out some stuff from some of the things that come to my door. But I also cut out pictures of me. This is me on the beach. Here's a beautiful house. Well, I'm going to put that in there. Also, whatever it is, I mean, inspirational words. So I went to Hobby Lobby. I found all of these beautiful things, and you can put up, I'm going to put like, so it can be words, it can be pictures, it can be whatever you want. So when you put it up there, though, remember, be careful what you wish for.
Right. So for real. Okay, just 1 second. I've got to grab my pictures. I left them right over here. So
okay.
Right
okay.
now.
So glue stick, just regular glue sticks. My daughter was so helpful. I'm calling her from Hobby Lobby. Okay, now what do I get?
I have
tape. Tape works, whatever. Okay. And then also, I'm going to put a plug in for Hobby Lobby. It's so amazing, and you can find they have actually in the scrapbooking section there, they have these packets where they have like themes. So if you wanted to do a beach theme, or you wanted to do whatever, the most important thing though is find the images that feel good to you, because this is what's going to be creating that emotion, right? That motion towards your compelling future. Okay. Yay. Let's go.
All right.
You guys got your scissors and you got your tape or your glue. And I'm playing with fun paper. I found colored paper, galaxy stuff. And I'm going to add to this. Now, there was one picture of myself from a couple of years ago that I really was trying to find, because I'm going to put things that I want to see myself doing, or put myself in there too, besides my beautiful. One thing I did find out too is that you can have a vision board for different areas of your life. Like this could be a general vision board for 2020. You can have one for your finances, or your career. Like I've got one of me doing my trainings I'm putting on here, because I want to do more of my trainings and retreats, and I want to do them in, international places. So I've got tropical places I'm putting, but you can do it in different areas. You can have one for your family. You can have them small. They don't have to be a big thing. You can have them in different areas. Isn't that fun? Or for healing, health and fitness. Like I wanted to find the one of me when I was some nice pounds and I was in my little old bathing suit, and I'm going to find that. So I will put that on, because I want to get back to that. That is how we create. That is actually
it is.
Or somebody else that you want to look like. Okay.
It's true. In fact, I had a shirt that I hadn't worn forever. It's been about 7 years. And I was like, I want to wear this again. And so I had it hanging over here to where I see it every day. And lo and behold, I am almost to that size again.
Yay! See, that's the power. That power of yes. I mean, it just works. It's like magic. All of these are magic tricks. The world is magical. We're magical. And yes.
Yeah, look how fun this is. Ooh, let's see, anyway.
Oh, that's fun.
Yep, I got my tropical going here too.
I love that. Okay, I'm going to start gluing. So, Tamara, are you working and playing with this too?
I am. But I'm thinking, okay, I'm learning. This is my very first vision board that I've even attempted to think about doing, and so I am thinking, okay, I have all this stuff somewhere else in my house that. Okay, I am going to do this, and I'm going to grab that stuff, and I'm going to be making something for 2020, because I'm really excited about this idea. I mean, yeah, I was excited about the idea for more of the hobby piece of it to keep active and busy, but now as you've been explaining it, Joy, I'm thinking, no, I want to do this because 2020 is coming, and I want 2020 vision. I want to be so laser focused, visioned on which I am very picture oriented in my mind. I don't need to really have usually a vision board because I have a vision brain. Yet,
Well, that's why it's even more important, really. I mean, you
pardon?
think about it. I said that might be why it's even more important, so that you can literally also see it in front of you as
Right.
it's already there.
You know, the beautiful thing is that even if we are more, a lot of people are very feeling oriented, kinesthetic, and some people take in their world auditorily, you know, or visually, and and some people take it in, you know, sort of all parts of it. That's kind of the NLP part. However, it always starts somewhere, even if somebody says, well, I don't get a picture. It's a microsecond. There will be a picture on some level that then creates that that emotion at some point around things that we make up about our world. So I would just say, play with this, have fun, because you know what? I'm going back to Hobby Lobby. I had so much fun there, and because they also, you know, for anybody, they have tons of stuff that you can create, like they have tons of beautiful, you know, plaques with inspirational things and stuff like that. I was just walking around from my mind expert, whatever, fun stuff, looking at everything going, whoa, look at all these things that you can come back and create the most powerful visuals and feelings in your, not in any of your living spaces, as well as give them. And you know, I don't work for Hobby Lobby though, but anyways, these you can create inspirational words on your board. So I think, you know, it's just to play with this stuff. And you know, I just did this. Okay, so this is my and this is a feeling one for me. So I want to feel, how am I going to feel? This is my favorite place is Maui, or being at the tropics. I'm going to do a feeling one of, you know, how I want to feel with my beautiful little inspirational things. I've got joy and hope and blessed and happy and dream and love and believe. Believe.
Yeah, that one's a good one. Yeah. And you know what's interesting is because I grabbed these magazines, I just grabbed some of them that I had that had been given to me. And what's interesting here is when I'm looking is I'm seeing not my thing. You know, it's like there, because there's also, it's like you got to know what your thing is to be able to then do the vision board. And I'm looking in all of these and I'm thinking, okay, there should be something here, and yet, you know, it's not where it's not where I go, it's not where I am. And so one's a cooking magazine, and you know what, that's not my thing.
So here's a secret. Okay, so I had a lot of the same things. However, it's amazing the words that you can find in the things that are not your thing.
Okay.
Let's give an example. These are just a couple of the words, right? I have a thing with time these days. So just,
what is it? Let's see. Time. Awesome. Time.
Well, and I keep getting all of these clock. I love the clock. But then I figured what I could do is I could take some of these other pictures, you know, like here's a boat for a cruise.
Yeah.
Put that in there for sure.
Perfect. That's exactly right. Yep.
I love that idea. See, that's what I needed to hear, because now I've seen this a whole different way.
Because you're speaking to your unconscious mind or your subconscious. It works with symbols. Everything is symbolic. So that's why we have the dream state. And in fact, guys, remember, you know, there's a lot of dream therapy books out there and dream interpretations and things like that. And they're all really cool. However, your subconscious, your unconscious mind has its own symbology. We can have archetypal symbology, right? And however, remember to always trust your own subconscious, your own unconscious mind, because it's what does it mean to me? So whatever you guys find, I'm working with colors. I mean, to me, I went by where they have the paper, and I was like, whoa, I love that. You know, so that speaks to me, even just the colors of this colored, beautiful marble paper. And you can start these things and then add on to them. And also, you know, there's ways to keep them up so that you're seeing them. You can also, you know, write down your goals and write them down too, so that you've got you know, sort of like you're working with both sides of your being there, or all sides, so that you can make sure that you're creating what you want. Remember, always what you want, right?
Yes.
Look at this. Do you like this? Isn't that pretty?
Oh, I love that. It's beautiful.
I was going through because a lot of things.
Well, okay,
a lot of things. Note to self. Don't.
There you go. Yes.
Women on a mission. I love that. That's awesome. That's the power of the words. Yes. Women on a mission. Where'd you find that? In a magazine?
Yeah, in a magazine.
Wow. Cool.
And it was for a bag. It's a woman on a mission, but it's bags with a mission for a woman on a mission.
Awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
But you know, when you said that about the words, that's when I looked at it in a whole different way. And that's where the power, again, of what we're doing here at Chemo Buddies for Life is that, okay, so you're there, you're healing, and you're having to take some time, like when Court Davis was talking about, it's okay if you need to take some time and you need to lay down and you can't be doing stuff right now. It is okay. Your body's telling you that. And then I'm thinking, okay, yes. So say I can't go. When I was going through cancer, I couldn't go to Hobby Lobby. I wouldn't be able to go for that little field trip because I was kept in my room for my protection. So then it's a matter of what do I have around that would be able to do what we're doing right now. And I thought, okay, let's look at that differently. And in doing that, that's when the words started coming out to me, because that's what you said to look for. And I'm thinking, okay, I love it.
Well, and with that in mind too, I mean, I've got magic markers, and I've got my, you know, my magic markers too. You can draw, without even having to do this, you can draw pictures on a flip chart or big piece of paper, a small piece of paper. You can create your own mini one, even if you can't get out. And also remember, you can also order online too. Things, but you can just put love, you can put healing, you can put a picture of yourself, or get creative, draw your vision board, create it. That's what I usually do. This is the first time that I'm actually doing something like this, because I'm having a blast.
It looks great.
And so remember, we're making up our lives, right? We're creating our lives, we're creating our well-being, we're creating our health and everything, and just have fun, get into that childlike playfulness in yourself. Do these with your kids too. I mean, they'll create theirs, you know, have a vision board New Year's Eve party, or, you know, just when somebody's bored. Well, what do you want? I mean, what a great way to get out of a funk too, especially with children. Oh, you're not feeling great or something. Let's sit down, or even teenagers. Let's sit down and let's create some new realities, and let's get creative. So you're getting creative, as well as you're creating something that's going to pull you towards a more beautiful, fulfilling future. And, you know, who couldn't use that, right?
Oh, I absolutely agree, 100%. And what I'm thinking here too, wouldn't this be a fun exercise? You know, as we're thinking about going into 2020, and we're working on the beta site, and we're creating the forums that we're going to be having here soon, and all three of us are involved in getting that all going. And I'm thinking, wouldn't that be kind of fun little exercises for when you're talking about having hobbies and having hobbies for buddies and such? I would love us to be able to even, as a community, to possibly even sponsor, okay, let's have a healing painting party, let's have a healing this party, let's have a that. And it will be that, yes, maybe we'll get supplies together, or maybe it will be just find, it's kind of the scavenger hunt at home to then get together and do a hobby. Okay, so that scavenger hunt, the reward is that we're going to have hobby hour. And I think that those kind of things are fun. We need to bring fun into healing, and that is what I'm loving this segment. And we have only about 5 minutes left.
Oh, wow, that went so fast.
Oh my gosh, we could go on for so. And also, this is another thing too, Tamara. What about corporate vision boards that a company or a group, a team of whoever's working in whatever arena, then you create your own, that it comes, even though, remember too, though, I mean, that can work too, but most important that it's going to be more powerful when it's your own individual one, because the symbols that are important to me, even though there's archetypal symbols for all of us here on this planet, that my symbology and what lights up my neurology is going to, and gets me fired up inside and goes, yes, and here I go, is going to be possibly different. Even the colors, because we take in the world, we perceive the world, and then we take it in, we make stuff up about it. And then, so even the colors, I had to find colors that were like this, stuff like this, and
awesome.
And so some people might want bright reds or whatever. And again, you can do these for anything. I'm going to be like, whoa, this is fun.
I'm already thinking, even on top of, because I had another hobby thing that, we can just start having all of this stuff, because this is our community. And that's why I wanted to just throw it out there and say, anything is possible when you work together. Anything is possible. We're putting 36 hours worth of programming together that we did after the next impactor. That's beautiful.
Do you like that? I still have tons of stuff to do on it, but this is what I created last night. And actually, what I did was I went through my photos and I took the photos that I love, because then I have an emotion around them. And I did find a couple pictures, one picture here of a property, but I'm very specific. I need to have it be exactly what's going to pull me, because this is kind of what I do. So and then also the words and stuff, I found that, and I've got more things to create, and also to put here 2020, because this is the year you're going to go, put 2020. And then what you want, I'm going to be putting in trainings and retreats. And I do vision boards for pulling me in with my goals. So I will do a whole thing on the clients that I want, and the trainings and the retreats. I write those down and I put them up. I put them up in my room, and I leave them up there. And then I go, whoa, look what I got, look what I created. So I do it in a different way than just the imagery. However, the unconscious mind is symbolic. That's how it speaks to us. So that's why these things work.
I love it. I love it. And in fact, this is something that I want us to incorporate into the buddies and what we are doing going into the next year, and sooner than later, because I do believe that this is going to be very therapeutic for so many people. And I learned, even just right now, right here, this little woman on a mission, this
I love it.
Yeah, I'm taping it up right now.
Well, and look, Rayanne, here's making memories.
I love that. I love the airplane. And a lot of people put a lot of travel stuff. You put,
I have a passport on mine. I've never gotten one before. It's there.
Wait, we both need to get our passports, because I need one.
And I will say, you can find that at Hobby Lobby, and there's scrapbooking. They will have the stickers and all the visual stuff with all of that, like global things and travel and all of that. So, let's see.
There you go.
I love that. And there's your car.
Yeah.
What does it say? Clearly irresistible.
I love it. Absolutely. I
Okay.
believe it. You are. And so, thank you for playing
You're
with
fine.
me this morning, guys.
You're
I
fine.
love it. Beautiful. Beautiful. And look at
can't
all
wait
the
to add pictures.
lettering and everything. Oh my goodness. That is
Hobby
just
Lobby. Hobby Lobby.
well, you know what?
Fun.
They should give us an affiliate fee for all of that.
For real, right?
You know what?
Donate.
Yeah, maybe they would.
It really is.
Not a
It is
bad
a fun place. I have to be very careful of going there. I don't live close to one anymore, but we definitely do. Like, that's why I have most of this stuff, is because I have a lot of scrapbook stuff from there. In fact, look at that.
Oh, okay.
Aww.
Oh, bye, Emily.
So, thank you guys for really sharing today that this is fun. It's something that we as adults, we are busy, we're going after it and we're hitting it hard. Yet we need to have that time to play. We need to be able to say, okay, yeah, I'm going to do some healing through hobbies. And thank you both for bringing it together. Thank you, Erin, for having fun with the idea. You actually gave me the idea, and then I gave you the idea back, I guess. But then Joy bringing it in to how it really works with us in our unconscious mind and in the power and explaining it, because truly there is science behind the fun.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's science, and this is what all of this is what the top sports people use, and athletes, and anybody. This is how you create your reality, guys. So we're actually working with quantum physics and quantum reality. So it's not just frou-frou, it's actually fun. Do it with your families, do it with your company, and do it for yourself, because then you're going to go for your best year ever, and for your healing, whatever you're working on in your life, create multiple ones. I had a blast, guys. Thanks for inviting me on the show here.
Thank you for being a part of it. Pardon?
I said, then go and donate. I mean, we want to be able to make this.
Yes, go donate. Definitely. Yeah, we need to get the word out, and these are the kinds of things that Chemo Buddies for Life as an organization is going to be bringing to your loved ones. This is not just for them. This is an organization that comes to you. And I think Tamara and Erin, they need to know that this is a national organization, and the support goes wherever you guys are. And I know that because, you've offered some help for some people in my family. And I was like, really? And, it's national. It's national. They will help you or your loved one get through the trauma, the tragedy, which is cancer can be a tragedy. I mean, we know it's that C word, and help you survive and thrive and get out and get back into your life again. So donate right here, cb4l.org. We love you. Woo! I love you, Tamara and Erin.
And actually, we are international.
Yes, international.
Yes, we are. And we are going Major League International this next year. So, all right, we are continuing. Yes, going to do that. But you know what? I'm doing it here, even digital.
There you go.
Sure. We can do it today, and that's what's so exciting. We are using the tools to impact tomorrow. All right, let's make it a great day, everyone, and come back in like less than a minute, and we'll be live again.
Okay, love you guys.
Bye.
Love you too.
Bye. Bye.